Family Dynamics Over the Holidays, a talk with Unmani.
So this time of year can be a time when perhaps we would like to be with family. So it doesn't always have to be, perhaps not all of you are with family or feel that you need to be with family, maybe, but even wanting to be with family can be a touching time. And then if you are with family over this time, it can trigger all kinds of old mechanisms. No matter how enlightened or free we think we are, when we spend some time with family, it no doubt will bring up these old stories. Or even if we have dealt with a lot of this stuff, it can even come up in our body in like subtle ways. I know for myself, each time over the years that I was living in other countries, and then I'd go back, I'd be in India, for example, and I'd be meditating and be all, floating on in a peaceful way and thinking I'm all fine. And then I'd go back to visit my family, and then all the old stuff that I thought I'd dealt with all would come rushing back in. So it's always such a wonderful, in a way, test or opportunity. I like to see it more as an opportunity to keep exploring and keep feeling into these triggers and these areas of ourselves that get revealed when we're with family. Because it's, our family members are the ones that were around when our original personality was formed, right? So they get to reflect certain parts of ourselves that friends or other people that we're in contact with in our normal, like, daily lives, in our adult lives, that they don't necessarily know about us. Or if perhaps you've been through some hard times with your family originally, maybe some old wounds and traumas, of course they also can get triggered, and it can be very challenging and painful, perhaps even frightening, and all kinds of protection mechanisms can come up. And then the question is how to navigate that, because at the same time most of the time we're drawn to be with family. There can be a lot of love, a lot of real connection, beauty, closeness, and maybe a sense of belonging that maybe we don't get anywhere else. And yet, there can be two sides to being with family. It's not always easy. In a way, you can see it like an intensive somehow, really an opportunity to meet those parts of yourself that you wouldn't normally be able to meet. But it's challenging, for sure. But connecting to yourself, well, it's always about the body, right? It's always about feeling what's here, the breath, the sensations, what do I feel right now? And sometimes if we're caught up in some trigger or some dynamic that's going on, you kind of forget to even check in with this body. So sometimes we need to take a moment to go away from the situation and then come back in, maybe a moment in the bathroom or something, just come back to the breath, come back to the body, and how do I feel actually? And if you can do it while you're with people, even better, of course, but sometimes we need to take that moment away. And then when you're with people in any moment, you can just remind yourself to, okay, hello, I'm here in this body, right? Yeah, and then there's already connection. Here I am. You don't have to have an idea of how to now move into connection with people. Once you're connected more to yourself and more acknowledging consciously what you actually feel in that moment, something will naturally happen, through that. There's always a kind of sense of anticlimax with these kind of hyped up times of the year, and a lot of pressure to be having the greatest time. But yeah, it's just another day, another moment. Well, I want to thank you all for joining me here today on this special holiday edition. And the next open webinar will be on the 5th of February. So we have a bit of a break until the next one. And that's the title is What is Awakening? And I will be holding a weekend online intensive on the 14th and 15th of January. So that's before that. And all the details are on my website, but the title for that weekend is called Living Your Longing. So you're welcome to join me for that. And also I want to thank you all for whoever made donations for this webinar. I really appreciate all of that, and it all helps. So thank you, and see you next time. Lots of love. Bye.